Hi there, guys. Welcome back. We've got the Naps at the White Sox here. I show this to you every single time. The Naps are half a game out of first. They've really come back. They were in last place for a little while. Chicago's down in 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth place, 3 games out. And so we'll see what happens here in this one. This is May 10th. We've made it up to May 10th, 1908. Here's Josh Clark leading off for Cleveland. Rolls a 36 for a 33. Little E roll there is a 63, and that means it's a pop-up over to the left side. Second baseman, where are you? Davis got that for the out, one away. And here's Bill Bradley. Bradley rolls a 55 for an 8. It's a pop-up again to the left side. This time it's going to be Tannehill who gets that for the out, 2 away. And here's Stovall. He rolls a 21 for a 30. Fly ball to left field, and it will be Doherty who grabs that, and we go to the bottom of the first inning. Patsy Doherty here against Tiny Berger. Rolls a 12 for a 25. Ground ball over to second. It's Napoleon who's got that, throws to first, 1 away. George Davis now rolls an 11 for a 0 and 23 for a 6, and that'll be a double to right center field. So Davis trying to get that power back again, and looks like he has succeeded. That brings up fielder Jones. Jones with 11 RBIs. 0-0 the score, and the rule is a 31 for a 9. That'll be a single over second, and that will score Davis. And just as I said it, there's Jones with number 12, and that'll bring up Jiggs Donahue, runner on at first base, and only 1 out. And Jones can fly, so we're going to have him fly. Rolls a 52 for a 27. That was well timed. It ends up being a ground ball to Bradley, a third, who has to go to first, and Jones is there at second. 2 away. Here's Jake Atz. And he rolls a 31 for a 14, takes a walk, and that'll bring up Ed Hahn. Runners on at first and second. Roll from Hahn is a 23 for a 32, fly ball to right field, and that'll do it. We'll go to the top of the second inning. Just a second. All right, and we're back here for the top of the second inning. 1-0 White Sox, and this will bring up Napoleon here for Cleveland, hitting 273. I've said this before, I'll say it again. He's been struggling in the early going this season. He rolls a 65 for a 35. It's a pop-up over to the left side. Tannehill's got that, 1 away. Here's Harry Bemis. He'll roll a 22 for an 8. It's a pop-up again over to Tannehill for the second out, 2 away. Here's Bill Hinchman now, and he rolls a 33 for a 0. And the second roll is going to be a 62 for a 6. That'll be a double to right center field, and that breaks the spell that Frank Smith had over the Cleveland's. Here now is Joe Birmingham with the runner on at second, and he rolls a 13 for a 22. That's going to be a stolen base by Hinchman. He is able to steal third. And so Birmingham's still up there. This time rolls an 11 for a 7, and that's a fly ball over to left field. Doherty's got that, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Billy Sullivan, the catcher for the White Sox. Rolls a 61 for a 32, fly ball over to right field, and Hinchman's got that one, 1 away. Lee Tannehill now rolls a 35 for a 13 and strikes out, 2 gone. And here is Frank Smith, and he rolls a 35 for a 22, changed to an 18. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. Where are you? Pairing. There you are. And that'll bring up Patsy Doherty with Smith on first. Doherty rolls a 41 for a 28, another ball to the shortstop pairing, and he gets this one and throws it to first for the out. We go to the top of the third inning. Still 1-0 for the White Sox. Here's George Pairing. Rolls a 42 for a 32, fly ball over to right field, and the right fielder Hahn has that for the out, 1 away. Heine Berger up there now. Rolls a 33 for an 8. That's a pop-up to the left side. Tannehill's got that, 2 gone. Here's Clark. And for 1 today. He rolls an 11 for a 7. That's a single to right field, and that'll bring up Bill Bradley now for the Cleveland contingent. 2 outs here, top of the third, and Bradley rolls a 31 for a 9. That's a single infield hit for Bradley, sends Clark over to second. That'll bring up George Stovall. Rolls a 16 for a 26. It'll be a little infield fly to the second baseman Davis, and we go to the bottom of the third. And it is Davis leading this off. George rolls a 46 for a 29. Come back over to Berger, throws to first, and there's 1 away. Fielder Jones now rolls a 46 for a 13. That's a strikeout, 2 gone. And here's Jiggs Donahue. He rolls a 34 for a 44. The little lead number comes up as a 34. They roll, and that's a fly ball to center field, and Birmingham has that. And we go to the top of the fourth inning. And it's Napoleon again, 0 for 1 today. Rolls a 26 for a 27. It's a ground ball to Tannehill. He throws to first, 1 away. Here's Harry Bemis. He rolls a 43 for 29, another comebacker to Smith. He throws to first, 2 gone. Bill Hinchman now rolls a 31 for a 14. That'll be a base on balls, and that brings up Joe Birmingham. Here's Joe, and he rolls a 16 for a 28. It's a ground ball again to Atz. This time the shortstop has it, throws to first, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. And here is Jake Atz, hitting 150 Normally, I'd say get him out of the lineup, but it's 1908, so we do what we can. He rolls a 16 for a 28, ground ball over to Pairing, who throws to first, one gone. Ed Hahn hitting 197. Hahn rolls a 61 for a 40, changed to a 38. That's a ball. Next rolls a 53 for a 16, changed to a 21. That'll be a little fly out over to the first baseman. Stovall's got that. It should be 1B instead of 3. 2 away. Hope you're watching this. Cyrus found an error. Here's Sullivan. Rolls a 56 for a 34 as a pop-up over to the shortstop, and Pairing has that for the out. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Still 1-0 tight ball game. Here's George Pairing. Pairing rolls a 61 for a 32, fly ball to right field, and Hahn has that for the out, one away. Heine Berger now. Heine rolls a 54 for a 45, fly ball right field. Hahn has that one. Easy for him, 2 away. Here's Clark, and he rolls a 24 for a 13 and will strike out, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Only 5 hits in this ballgame so far and 1 run, 1-0 to score. Here's Lee Tannehill. Rolls a 34 for a 44, fly ball to center field, and Birmingham has that one away. Here is Frank Smith. Frank rolls a 44 for an 8, and that'll be a ground ball over to the shortstop Pairing, who gets it and throws to first, 2 gone. Patsy Doherty now rolls a 23 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right field, and Hinchman's going to get that one, and we go to the top of the 6th inning. Bill Bradley will lead this off for Cleveland. He rolls a 41 for a 28, ground ball to Atz at short, throws to first, and there's 1 away. George Stovall is up, and he rolls an 11 now for a 0, and his second roll is going to be a 13 for a 6, and that's a double to right center field, and that means something might happen here. Here is Napoleon, and there's no need to bunt. He's already in scoring position, so let's see what Napoleon can do. The rolls a 21 for a 30, and that's a fly ball to Doherty and left. That's 3 straight outs there by the big man. 2 away, and here's Bemis. He rolls a 53 for an 18, changed to a 22. It's going to be a stolen base by Stovall. We've seen that result before already today. The next roll is a 53 for an 18, changed again to a 22, and this time it's a ground ball back to Smith, and he boots that one, and the runner scores, and Bemis reaches first. That makes this game tied at 1, and that's the first error on Chicago. Here's Hinchman now. Rolls a 52 for a 27. That'll be a ground ball to Tannehill, who throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th, but the damage has been done on that unearned run. And here is George Davis. Unearned run, but the pitcher made the error. Davis rolls an 11 for a 0, and his next roll is a 61 for a 6, and that's going to be a double to right center field, and that'll bring up fielder Jones. So Jones today is 1 for 2 as a single, drove in the 1 run that the White Sox have, struck out the other time. The roll is a 34 for a 44, and here comes the little E roll. It's a 36 out of the range. That's a little fly ball to center field, and Birmingham has that for the out, 1 away. Here's Jiggs Donahue now. He rolls a 15 for an 11. That's going to be a single, and the runner, Jones, is crashing around trying to score, and he is thrown out by Clark. Clark to Bemis. Donahue then steals second with Atz up there, and so there's a runner on still at second base, but with 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. And Atz rolls a 31 for a 14. That'll be the second walk given up by Berger, and it's not really a great time to give them up. Here's Ed Hahn. Runners on at first and second, still a 1-1 ball game, very, very tight. And Hahn rolls a 12 for a 24. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. Napoleon flips that one over to Pairing for the force out. We go to the top of the 7th inning, still tied at 1. Here is Joe Birmingham again for Cleveland. He rolls a 45 for a 14. He'll take that walk from Smith, and that'll bring up Pairing. Runner on at first. We're going to do anything with Birmingham, we will. We'll have him hit and run. And the roll is a 42 for a 32. Fly ball to right field, and Hahn has that for the out, 1 away. Heine Berger now is going to bunt. Rolls a 14 for a 43. It's a good bunt to the left side. Third baseman Tannehill has that. Throws over to Davis covering at first. And that puts Birmingham at second for Clark here. Runner on at second. Clark rolls a 22 for an 8. That's a comebacker over to Smith, who throws to first. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Billy Sullivan here for the White Sox. Only 4 hits for each team. Sullivan rolls a 42 for a 13 and strikes out. That's number 3 for Berger, 1 away. There's Lee Tannehill. Rolls a 63 for a 30. It's a fly ball to left field. Clark has that one easily. 2 away, and here's Frank Smith. Rolls a 34 for a 44. Fly ball over to Birmingham in center, and that's the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 8th, and it's Bill Bradley for Cleveland. Bradley rolls a 41 for a 28. Ground ball to Atz, who throws to first. There's 1 away. Here's George Stovall. Rolls a 44 for a 7. That'll be a single in there to right field, and that brings up Napoleon. And now Cleveland might have something going on no 11s, and Napoleon's 0 for 3. We're going to have him bunt. I know it seems strange. We're going to have him do it. And the roll is a 61 for 13. Fouled away. Try it again. 52 for a 27, and that means that he misses 2 attempts to bunt, and he ends up striking out in the end anyway. 2 away, and here is Harry Bemis. So Napoleon having a real hard time there. Bemis rolls a 13 for a 38, changed to a 40. It's a little ground ball over to the first baseman. Donahue goes to the bag himself, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Patsy Doherty leads off here for Chicago. 1-1 game. Doherty's roll, 52 for a 27, ground ball to third base, and Bradley has it and throws to first, 1 gone. George Davis now. He rolls a 43 for a 29, comebacker to Heine Berger, who throws to first. There's 2 away. Here is Fielder Jones. Jones rolls a 54 for a 45, fly ball to right field. Hinchman's got that one, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be Hinchman up here for the Naps. He rolls a 44 for an 8, ground ball to short. Atz with it on the first, 1 away. Here's Joe Birmingham. Rolls a 21 for a 30, fly ball left field, and Doherty's got that one, 2 gone. And it's George Paring. He rolls a 65 for a 35. It's a pop-up over first base side, and Donahue has that for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and it'll be Donahue leading this off, and neither team wants to budge. Only 9 hits combined in this game, 1-1. Here's Jiggs, and you see that one. He rolls a 66 for a 0, and this might be important. The next roll is a 32 for an 11, so it's a single for Donahue, who then steals second despite having that S. And this brings up Jake Atz, who's hitting 146. We're going to bunt with Atz, even though it doesn't make much sense. And we shouldn't have. Rolls a 15 for an 11. That's a single. It beats out the bunt for Atz, and then he steals second after Donahue's gone to third. And so there's runners now on second and third with nobody out. The infield comes in. There's Ed Hahn. Hahn has 7 RBIs this season, 192 average. The question is, do you pitch to Hahn or do you walk him and pitch to Sullivan? Probably walk him and pitch to Sullivan. So that's what we're going to do, and we do what you're supposed to. You're always supposed to roll, and we say walk him when we roll. Yes, we do, and it's an intentional walk. It would have been a 64 for a 13, so I don't know about that. Loads the bases here with nobody out, bottom of the 9th inning, and it's Billy Sullivan up there now, and Sullivan's got the big moment ahead of him. And his roll is a 32 for a 26. That is a ground ball over to the second baseman, Napoleon, who throws to the plate, and they get the force out. As a result, the runners all move up, and there's 1 away now. So Billy Sullivan just misses the chance to be the hero. And the infield remains in here for Tannehill, but a double play could get Cleveland out of this. Tannehill hitting 123. We're going to bunt with him, I think. It rolls a 64 for a 29, and that's a bunt over to the left side, and Bradley has it. The third baseman throws it over to the plate, and Bemis tags the plate for the out, and there's 2 away. So that didn't work, and now here comes Frank Smith, who's going to, of course, stay in this ball game. And so, man, the White Sox had the bases loaded with nobody out, and were unable to score the run. That 64 for 29, by the way, normally would have also been an out at the plate. It may have been a double play if we weren't bunting. So 2 away now, base is still loaded, and here is Smith. And he rolls a 55 for a 9, and that's a base hit over first, and that will do it. Frank Smith ends up winning this game with a walk-off hit after everybody else fails, and that's the sort of game this one has been. So the White Sox had 3 chances to do it, and Frank Smith ends up getting the big hit to do it, and that will be the final. White Sox will move up to 12 and 13, and the Naps go down to 12 and 10. And I'm telling you, it's like, you don't think it could be any closer here in the American League 1908. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.